In today's video, we are going to show you how to remove the fender liner on a Wrangler JL 2024 and up. And there's some tips that I've kind of learned working on Wranglers on how to remove it the best way. So I want to kind of do a little bit more in-depth video about removal. We remove a lot of stuff in vehicles. So first off, you actually have to remove some 10mm bolts right here. So let's go ahead and get under a little bit. So there's one right here, if you look, okay? And then there's one right here, and then there's one right here. Okay, so that was like 3 10mm. So let's go ahead and start with that. It's a little hard to use this extender, so you might want to use this stubby. Still a little bit bad angle, honestly, but I'll try my best. There you go, that's it. And then you got this one right here. Again, try to get the best angle. Honestly, if you get the long socket, this is like a stubby one, it actually be perfect for this. But I should probably get it, but my toolbox. All right, one more right here. All right, so now the 10mm are out. One thing I want to explain too is look at this. This is a warning right here. One of them is slightly shorter. I don't know if that necessarily, wait, is it? Never mind, I lied. It looks shorter.
I think it's shorter.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that matters that much, but I mean, you'll find out. Like, I probably should have seen like which one is shorter, but you'll find out which one is too long when you put it back on. All right, so once you get those 3 10mm out, there's a bunch of flat clips, and the flat clips look like this, and they're a little bit kind of camouflage a little bit, but you can see. This one, the easiest way is to get really under it, leverage it, and then just kind of take it out like that. They're not easy to remove, I'll tell you that. Okay, and then just loosen this one too. There you go. There you go. So this is what it looks like. There's a lot of this barb kind of thing. So it makes it really challenging, but you really want to get in there. Oh, that was aggressive. Honestly, a lot of the times for Jeeps, you just want a whole, like you can go to Amazon and buy like a whole clip set. You probably want that. A lot of the clips you really won't reuse, okay? And that's just how they design a lot of this stuff. Not really to be reused. So I just want to be very transparent about that. Nothing crazy about it. Like this one came out real easy, but this is what it looks like. All right, so we got 3 right there. There's a few more. There's actually one right here in the inner parts. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but there we go. Got another one right there. And then you see there's another one right here. Like I said, it's like all this hidden parts. Well, there's another one. That's 5, right? Number 5, and what you could do is kind of loosen it up, and you'll kind of see, you notice like there's some tension right here, and of course there's one right here. Barely could see that one. It's kind of past the tire, so it's just hard to see. And every now and then we'll try to do our best in the camera to kind of go a little wide so they get context of like where we are. Okay, where'd that go? Okay, so this one's a big one. Okay, one other thing too, look at this. This is bigger than that one. And this kind of drives me nuts sometimes when, like, I mean, this is not a Jeep thing. There's like a lot of manufacturers. They use like all these different types of clips, 10mm, 8mm, all that stuff. This one that is right by the headlight area, that's gonna be the big boy right here. So just remember that. And then the rest are the same, like the clips and stuff. All right, so now we are making progress. And you can see for the most part, it's completely loose, right? Not yet though. It's actually right into this fender right here, and you have to do something with this. So I have just a small flathead. It's a really skinny one, and this is how you remove it. You have to push this in. All right, some of them, oh, I already pushed this one in. Oops, And some of them work really well, and then some of them just does not. But you can start pulling it out, right? And then you could also use this tool right here. Like I said, this one, oftentimes you're not really gonna reuse at all. Oops. But when you do that, look at this, it just comes out, right? And I wanna explain this real quick because I think this is really important. This is like a nightmare, kind of, but this right here goes in here. It's like those anchors that you have in your walls, and it goes all the way in, and it squishes like this. And this is why, if you don't push it in, impossible to remove, because now this barb is basically right there. So they're very challenging, but I like using this. You actually don't need to remove this in the bottom. You just push this in, and then once you push it in, you can see that it area loosened up, and then you can go back with your little clip removal tool, and you can see that it now removes. And somewhere around the liner, I have that little small piece. That's the hard part, is finding those. So I can push this in. Let's see the easier ones. All right, and then as I go there, you can see that now it starts to come out. You can see it's stuck right here. Okay, some of these are really, really tight. Some of them you don't have to remove, like these. All right, so this one I need to remove. I can feel the tension right there. So I'm just gonna loosen it up. This has never actually been removed. So that's part of it. I think once you're kind of loosen it up like this, it makes it easier. Like I said, these are most likely not going to be reused. Okay, so now that I loosened it up, okay, that doesn't work. So another idea that a lot of people do is they just get a drill and just drill the center. And that is a faster way. So I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to do it without it. And I found that, I mean, you can use both methods and they both work, right? But sometimes I find that it's a little hard to like push this in. And it's like, what is going on here? Something's really holding it on, but I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling this out. There we go. So this one's definitely tight right here. See if I can push this in. There we go. Push this in. Nope. Not today, buddy. All right, now that I got that pushed in, again, comes out real easy. Okay, it's coming out. All right, this one I definitely need to remove. So, there we go. Got it. You just might have to put some more force, honestly. Look at that. And then I think that's pretty much it. I can feel not a lot of tension. Yep, there you go. So then you can start taking it out of the liner right here. Yep, and then that just came out. And then there was another clip that I missed. So once you get everything out, this is how it comes out. And let me just count and tell you how many clips there are. So I actually don't know how many of these I remove, but I typically don't remove all of them. Like if you don't have to, don't remove them all. So look at this right here. There's a hole for these three. Those three absolutely need to be removed. And then the rest, I think you could kind of get away without removing. You see what I'm saying? So like this right here, were the only three that lines up with these three. You notice I didn't remove this one, I didn't remove this one. It's just not required, so why remove it when you don't have to, right? Like this one was unnecessary, but anyway, that's just one unnecessary one I had to remove. But there's about roughly 6 of these clips, and then one bigger one. And I remove about 3 of these, and then the 3 10mm right here, and then that should allow you to remove the fender wheel well. So what can you do once you do that? Well, one, you could work on suspension, you could work on other things. You could also remove this fender right here. We're gonna do another video about that, but oftentimes we remove a lot of the stuff whenever we do R&D and we work on them and do some designs around it. Sometimes we do scans. So we have a couple projects we're working on. So that's how you remove it. Honestly, to put it back on, the first thing is you would slide it in here, line it up, and then every hole is gonna line up, and then you can start putting back the clips, and then I usually do the 10mm last. So if you have any questions, hopefully that was helpful. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. We have a lot of Jeep content coming really, really soon, and really enjoy doing this stuff. So see you later.